sports. It's opening week for the Texas Longhorns, about a few hours away from taking on Louisiana Tech. We're here on Bevo Boulevard. Plenty of pregame festivities going on. This is the first edition of a thing I'm going to call Texas Nexus, your connection between the viral moments of the week and Longhorns fans. So I'm going to walk over here. I have a viral moment pulled up on my phone. Going to talk to some guys about their thoughts on a Louisiana Tech safety kind of sounding off on these Longhorns receivers. So follow me over here. These guys look like they know what they're talking about when it comes to football, so we're going to head over to Marcus and Brent Thatch. Gentlemen, how's it going today?
It's going good.
You ready to be a part of the first edition of Texas Nexus, the connection between the viral moments of the week and Longhorn fans like yourself?
Most definitely.
All right, here we go. So I got a clip here on my phone. It's from Louisiana Tech safety Jalarius Sneed. This is what he says.
All right.
I'm going to play that clip one more time for you guys, just in case you didn't hear it.
They can't have a press, so I know for sure we'll have to press them up a lot. They struggle with us pressing them up. We'll have to just stay on top of the ball, stay on top of the routes.
All right, so essentially, for those who didn't hear it back at home, this is Louisiana Tech senior safety saying really the key to success for this Louisiana Tech team is pressing the Texas wide receivers at the point of attack. It's essentially saying they're soft and that they can't handle that physicality up front. When you see something like this, an unranked team, non-Power 5 school, sounding off against some pretty loaded and studly Texas wide receivers, what's your thought?
First thought is good luck with all that. You're in for a long night. If Georgia couldn't stop them, you're not going to.
Anything to add to that?
If you want to press 6'6" Colin Johnson, you have fun. You want to press Devin Duvernay, he's going to run right past you.
Yeah, that was my first thought initially, too, was, so this guy's a safety, so he's not even going to be the one really pressing at the point of attack. So he's throwing his cornerbacks kind of under the bus and putting them in a situation where they can't succeed. So you have, what, 6'7" Colin Johnson? The size mismatch that's going to be on display tonight is going to be pretty impressive. I guess give me your prediction. How many receiving yards, how many touchdowns for Johnson? I'll get you answering that about Devin Duvernay.
I give about, say, 140 yards with 2 touchdowns tonight for Colin Johnson.
This was a guy who decided to come back on campus for his senior season, not go to the NFL draft. You're predicting a big start to the season for him. All right, what about speedster Devin Duvernay?
Duvernay, I'll say close to 70 yards, 1 touchdown, but he breaks a long one on him.
There you go. So obviously that safety sounding off against these Texas wide receivers not going to sit too well. We'll see if these fans, Marcus and Brent Thatch, are right in their big predictions for the Longhorns in Game 1 of the season. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the time. All right, here we go with viral moment number 2, and this actually didn't happen this week. It was something that happened a few months ago. It had to do with the former Louisiana Tech quarterback, Terry Bradshaw. So follow me. We're going to talk to someone else. I found the one guy with Longhorn Viking horns here. Sir Corey Santos, thanks for joining us on the first edition of Texas Nexus. How does it feel to be here?
It feels great, man. It feels great to be back in Longhorn country, rocking and rolling like we always do.
So a few months ago, we had a former Louisiana Tech quarterback, a Louisiana Tech alumnus. His name is Terry Bradshaw, and he had, we'll call it strong words for Longhorns quarterback Sam Ehlinger. He essentially said he wasn't very good. When you hear something like that, what does it make you feel?
I mean, I respect Terry Bradshaw, don't get me wrong, okay? But any Hall of Fame quarterback like Bradshaw is going to say something like that normally to a guy that's great like Ehlinger. Totally expected that. He's an alum from Louisiana Tech. Totally expected that. Believe it or not, I started to wear a shirt today that said, "I am that guy," just for Bradshaw.
Here, let me ask you one other thing. So, quarterback Sam Ehlinger, he is definitely not someone to shy away from a challenge. He's a big-time player. He rises when the lights are at their brightest, essentially. We know that he heard that quote from Terry Bradshaw. What kind of game do you think that's going to fuel from him tonight in the opener?
Hey, I don't think it's going to change his game plan one bit. I mean, Ehlinger's a winner. He don't let little stuff like that get to his head at all. He goes out and does what he does. That's why we continuously win and get better, because he's just a great, great mentality player and just a winner.
Last thing I have for you here, Sugar Bowl win last year for the Longhorns. At the end of it, Ehlinger proclaims Texas is back. Do you believe Texas is back? Is he actually right about that?
There's only one thing I really got to say about that, okay? We're back.
Appreciate the time, Corey.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have fun today.
Welcome home.
All right. We're going to head over to our third group of people, if we can find them over here.
Let's go, Horns, baby!
Here we are. We're talking about Cedric Benson now with Lisa and Mark Holton. How does it feel, first of all, to be here game one of the season for the Texas Longhorns?
Oh, it's wonderful. We've been every year for, 31 years?
Right.
Yeah, since we've been married.
Since we've been married.
So you guys evidently watched Cedric Benson play in the prime of his UT career. He's the second leading rusher in school history. Only one he's behind is Ricky Williams. What was it like watching him suit up for the Longhorns every Saturday and just run with a lot of passion?
It was exciting. He broke a lot of tackles, and he just ran with so much passion. He gave everything he had for the team, and so many great runs he made, yards after contact.
It seems like a lot of these Longhorn players, both people who maybe grew up watching the Longhorns, players who played with Cedric Benson, said that his passion for running the football was, I guess, very emblematic of his passion for life. Could you see that just carry after carry on the field? Could you tell that he just thoroughly enjoyed being a member of this community?
Oh, yeah, because he just kept going. He never stopped. So he was definitely a big player for us.
All right, I'm going to close with one more thing for you guys. So it's the opener against Louisiana Tech today. We had Sam Ehlinger at the end of last season saying that Texas is back. First question, 1, is Texas back? 2, if so, how many wins do they have this season?
Texas is definitely back. I'll say 11 wins, 1 loss.
11 wins, 1 loss. So a Big 12 championship, I'm assuming, is involved in that?
Yes.
Who does their 1 loss come to?
I'm going to say LSU.
LSU. Okay, so a loss in the second week of the season, but after that, it's going to be clean sailing for this Longhorn team. Lisa, we'll close it out with you. Is Texas back, and your win prediction for them this season?
Texas is back. Big 12 championship. Hopefully only 1 loss, but we're going to beat LSU next week.
So if they have 1 loss, who is that loss coming to?
An underdog, because that's what we don't get up for.
Maybe a Baylor, maybe an Iowa State, maybe a team that's slipping through the cracks right now. Okay, well, I think Longhorn fans would certainly take that, an 11-1 season. Guys, thanks so much for joining us today. Enjoy the game. That's the first edition of Texas Nexus. We'll see you back here next week for LSU in week 2.